You just quit talking and aren't performing, they're just going to stop sending the check. If you prove value and you're needed, you stay on the team. If you don't prove the value that you're sucking out of the funds, then they're going to let you go. Ultimately, you decide if you're going to live or not. Am I just going to get through life, or am I going to live? Because it's a fucking choice. I mean, you literally decide that. And some people decide it when they're 70, and it's too late.
Definition of a champion.
Hope it rides the way I think it's going to. This is going to be the moment of truth of why you spend the money on BDS. It rides like a fucking dream. I'm so happy. Here it is, Fuller. You want to be the boss of something, and I realize that you already are. You've just never been able to do the boss things. So, this is your competition. Dream Job has about 200 subscribers. We've never worked at growing it. We've just put out Dream Job episodes, and that's all we've done. Dom is now gonna video and edit, and you are gonna grow Dream Job 3 times what its current growth rate is. So we'll look at the last 90 days, we'll multiply it by 3, but you can spend no more money than we're spending right now on boosting. You have to do it all through hustle. You get Dom for filming and editing, and you get Corey has been reaching out to companies, but nobody's supervising that. He's just totally on his own doing, because we've never done it before, and he's definitely never done it before. So your challenge is to grow the living piss out of, take over, lead, and manage Dream Job, not do it, which I think will be badass, because it's gonna be awesome for Dream Job. You're gonna have real numbers that you can manage. So it's got a baseline, but it hasn't grown. And this will prove that if you just leave something and just produce content, it will grow at X. If you actually hustle and bust ass and focus on growth, it'll grow 4 times at 4X. I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is fucking cool. Because this is what he wants. He wants to lead something, but you can't be stuck doing. So we have to figure out what percent of your time can you put towards it. But even if you can put 30% of your week towards it, I know you ain't honking it. Oh.
It was the lady in the Porsche.
She got shit to do. She's a fucking accomplisher, or her husband is. But that was my thought. Lead that son of a bitch. Prove it. Because what I don't want to do is say, you know, he comes forward and says, hey, I want to take fucking Fitment Inc. to the fucking moon. And then an internal guy says, no, I want to. And I get it because we promote internally. Something just didn't sit right with that. And then you started even backpedaling and you didn't know what you want to do. Take Dream Job to the fucking moon. Why wouldn't we? We'd be stupid not to. There's a lot to be gained from it. And you know what it is already. There's nothing better than growing something that you've already done the legwork. And now I can give you Dom. And you've already got Corey, who just started last week on that. He's gotten nowhere with 0 guidance. So I think we can prove that with guidance, he can just fucking destroy it. So you've got your own team. Grow the shit out of it. Who knows, maybe this is the opportunity, and maybe this is a $100,000 business. And you can go as far as you want with this. But I know how entrepreneurial you are, and that if you can make money, literally, you will work harder. No. You're holding that for everybody? Mr. Fuller, Mr. Dom, and Mr. Rainey. Appreciate you coming to work on time today, Mr. Rainey. That's a nice change.
He's early.
You like Mondays? You're late. Do you know anything about a banana peel smear all over the floor going into those offices?
Yes.
Can you clean that up, please? Thank you. You got ratted out by the entire team. They threw you right under the bus. Junior, are you ready for me? You might want to do that. That's what I do every morning, Dom. as I go through last week's daily stat sheet and I transfer all the stuff I didn't do to this week, I'm a little sad that I had so many things I didn't do. I'm gonna get every single one of these done. Every fucking one of them. Because I'm not happy with having so many things not done. And it's not gonna be super hot today, so there's no reason not to do 10,000 things. I didn't complete my stuff from my weekly checklist last week either, so I'm gonna really have to improve my hustle this week. And I wanna leave at noon on Friday, so if you guys are gonna let me go home early, I gotta get some extra work done. I'm gonna try to push you so far that you can't wait for me to leave at noon on Friday. Is this your fry, Corey?
I'll take it.
You know what? You know what a guy taught me once? You both can come with me. You're young people. Let's go for a walk. If you walk past it, all of your people will walk past it. Have you ever noticed how I clean up this table every single day? You wanna know why? Exactly. And I'm hoping someday you kids will see me doing that and you'll say, you know, I aspire to be a badass someday. I'm gonna start following in that guy's footsteps and I'm not gonna walk past it anymore either. And I'm gonna straighten some shit up when I walk past it. And so that's why I clean it up, because there's a belief that if I keep doing it, eventually you guys will feel guilty. And you'll be like, why has he gotta clean it up all the time? Why don't I clean it up once in a while? And then I take a little peek at the garbage and I realize people don't know how to recycle to this day. And then I usually fix what I can. I don't know about plastic cups. See what I mean?
Okay, my turn.
Are you having a hard time waking up this morning?
Yeah.
I feel like this walk's only gonna help you. There's no reason to throw that paddle on the floor.
You broke that one. This one.
Yeah, so what are we doing? Keeping it so we can always remember that we wrecked all of our nice shit? Throw that fucker away. And then I'll just usually come in here and shut the doors and I'll just move the paddles onto the table. And I'll usually wonder why this random chair is here and I'll just move it over to the other side. It doesn't help any, but it helps me.
John, which sheet should I be using?
The one I gave you. I only gave you
This
one.
one?
Go free, little bird. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Does that help you any?
I'll pick up.
That's the only lesson. Don't do what I say only. Also do what I do. Except for drink Diet Dew. Don't drink Diet Dew. That was one of my downfalls. Are you ready for me, bro?
What's up, bro?
You ready for me? We're fisting.
Oh.
I got big news. I had a motivational day yesterday and this morning. And you landed on my radar, you and Fuller. Post 3 videos a week for Fitment Inc.
Okay.
And 3 graphics. I think you're close to that.
What are you doing? I'm pretty sure 3 graphics.
I thought you
I
were
have all
too.
that.
I just wanted to
Sexy
give you
videos.
credit for that. But he was talking about content this morning. And I was like, I feel like that's where Fitment Inc. is now that we freed up A-Man.
Yep.
He should be doing at least 6 awesome pieces of content every single week. But we've never had that goal.
Sure.
So I was like, if I put it on a post-it, I know that you're gonna crush it and get it done. And if you can't do that, find out what's stopping you
Okay.
and let me know. Because if it's custom offset stuff, we'll get it off your plate. Views from yesterday. That's a big number, isn't it? What was that?
That was actually Dom's spotlight.
That's pretty good too.
Ford Focus one dropped.
This
Wednesday.
is from Dom's too?
Yeah, all this is.
It's a Fusion. You call it Focus.
Did I say
Fusion
Fusion?
guys are gonna fucking
I don't know. Let's watch the tape.
play back.
Ford Focus one dropped.
This
Wednesday.
is from Dom's too? Do a pre-sale. I'll order more of them fuckers if we see them going 100 miles an hour.
Put them up for sale the week prior, and then when we come get it on the 28th, we'll just fucking send them out.
You understand that's this week, right?
Shit.
Last one, yeah.
You guys should add to the file name the date that it gets posted. So that we can say a date and you can say, yes, we have 7/10 done. And then call them by the blue Chevy for 7/2. And that will sort your files in the order of chronological as well. Not to tell you how to solve a problem versus help you solve a problem, but fuck, it was faster.
Isn't the before?
So why isn't the before and after on the checklist for the invoice? Get it put on there. I would feel better if you were able to get that on there. I will fire you if you don't put that on there.
I just said I can do it.
I was trying out my I statements.
I said I will fuck you. That seems legit.
We're making a fortune on Shine. And we were making nothing last year this time on Shine. He put it where it is. And he hustled to get it there. So we owe him what he's getting right now. But for Fitment Inc., I'm gonna let make that decision. I'm gonna have no opinion on it. So he got the heart-to-heart talk. He's now gonna run the challenge of, if I don't feel it's worth sending him a check every month, I'm not gonna have him do that anymore. That's like, if we just quit talking to and then aren't performing, they're just gonna stop sending the check. If you prove value and you're needed, you stay on the team. If you don't prove the value that you're sucking out of the funds, then they're gonna let you go. As is the rule for anybody, right? Junior, let's do this. You do leading for a living. What do you do for a living? Lead. So what do you actually do? Lead. What kind of skills are required? Leadership. Anyone need to get up and moving from your team today?
Everyone. Because Monday, no one's moved yet.
No, Kevin's been walking around the entire day.
Everyone but Kevin.
Okay, look at it. He's got a handful of shine and a banana. Consider all view metrics. Change to, it's about retention, volume, and you're holding their attention. I gave Fuller the task of growing Dream Job. So he wants proof he can lead too.
Yep.
And I've been trying to think of what that means, and it was in front of me the whole time. Dom is gonna be filming, that's Dom right there, and editing.
Okay.
And Fuller is gonna try to figure out how we've been growing for the last 90 days, and 4 times that over the next 90 days. So that's gonna be his baby. That's gonna pull away from some custom offsets. So you've gotta meet with him and find out how much time that's gonna take, and then figure out what you guys still need.
Yeah.
If
Mario is starting to feel like we need another guy too.
Yep.
Because he's starting to get pulled a lot when he's got editing to do.
So all you have to figure out is where they'll sit, because I don't mind if we hire another person. I would get $1 guy in here ASAP. And then you gotta figure out where you're gonna put him. If I was you, I'd put him in your desk. You wanna think about who do you want together. And I would have Mario, Dom, and that new guy together. You don't need to be together with them, because you can float from desk to desk. You should be spending less time in your desk and more time at their desk. So you're a lot more flexible of where your home is. Tim, why are you parked like that?
You remember? I don't
You're in the middle of 2 spots.
You go under.
How long have you had it? 6, 7. Oh, there you go. It sounds the way it should, though. I'm burn fuel. It sounds awesome. How many miles does it have?
5,200.
Come on, 5,200 miles. I have 25,000. That door can't reach you. Is that what you're afraid of? It's like a Mustang fuckfest out there. Junior, I'm excited to see you show up early now. You're a good 2 minutes early. What'd you think of Mr. Did you have him interview with Tim at all? Because I know you didn't have him interview with me. So when am I gonna meet him and interview him? What kind of schedule is he looking at? What are you thinking we should pay him? What's gonna happen when he goes back to school? How's he gonna get to work? So I would put together all those. Don't plan for the next 60 days. Plan for the 2 to 5 each day and some weekends. So I would work on a plan for him. And then we got a interview today, 4 o'clock. He wants to move from South Carolina. He wants to be here in 30 days. I think he's gonna fly here too. Today it's a virtual, but he said, you know what, I should just pay for a plane ticket and come see you guys. We'll meet him today. Did you give any more thought to the $1 an hour guy? Because you have to understand, if we ever want any experience, you have to have a different pay rate. But that also means that the people that are here would get that same pay rate. You guys, after 2 years, are gonna be $1 an hour. It's already set up to do that, because it's a 3% increase annually, which puts you at an hour after 2 years. So if a guy's got 2 years experience, it's the same wash. I know that I've drilled into your head $10 an hour starting and blah, blah, But I have to mature past that, and then you guys have to also. We have to as a group, because we want to bring in some people that can just sit down and start working. I mean, it's one of those things. It was a fun fucking ride while it lasted, but Timmy wasn't coming for $10 an hour. He was only here for an hour yesterday. He'd have to come in for a full day interview. He's getting right now. With full benefits. He was here an hour and sent me a message 40 minutes later and said, "Can you do in an hour?" It took him 1 hour to realize what he was passing up on. But understand, you're getting a guy that already thinks he knows a lot, but he uses all of Premiere. He has all of his own equipment. And then he's got a commercial pilot's license, which means he can legally fly a drone. Is kicking around some ideas. And I told him, you know what you could do to go on top of the whole market right now? Let us of your properties. And then we could lease him out to this guy and make fucking $40 extra an hour on him. We could possibly take over social media and videoing and expand ourselves and see what happens if we just be bro media that also does commercial. I'm trying to say we have a decision to make, but that's where it's, you know, what are we trying to accomplish? Where are we trying to go? This guy would show up, Mario should have him doing the spotlights. Mario should be doing more of what you were doing, the special projects. And then that starts to free you up. I just don't want to overpopulate this place. Now that we have some really good options that we can pick when they start, because ideally it would be an A-man take off running, knowing that they can pull Mario when they're making enough money to afford him. Well, what does that timeline then look like? And do we really need somebody right now? Or would it be nice to have somebody, or at least know who somebody is?
You didn't think there was a call to action to the cool truck shit amp steps?
Yep, so it was the call to action. A logo to go out to Amp Research and snap them up. You never said customoffsets.com/powersteps. You didn't send them to our store at all anywhere in that video. You sent them right to Amp Research, or to go Google Amp Research and end up at the top retailer to buy their amp steps. You missed the call to action. If you ever watch his end screen, his call to action is the last thing that flashes in front of you. The danger is if people don't watch the last fucking 10 seconds of a video. So ideally you do it beginning, middle, end, call to action, call to action, call to action. But even when you have people watch videos like me, you're not giving me a check sheet. Not that I fill out that we just keep reusing, just like, oh, and here's what to watch for. And call to action should be the top thing on there. Otherwise, what the fuck was the point of the video? It was an awesome video, and I didn't catch it the first time I watched it. It's not like I reminded you. I watched the whole thing and I went, fuck. You sent me to Amp Research. Because the logo was there and I was like, oh, that's sick. Can't wait to see the custom offsets one. And it kept showing more Amp Research logos, and I was like, no, we gave away our business. And I went, oh, that's a lesson learned. We should have a review sheet, a little sheet that's laminated that we just use every time we're reviewing, and it should tell us to watch for call to action, to watch for swearing, but I won't be able to look through 15, 25 items. Okay. Give me the 5 to 7 key points I'm watching for, you're watching for when you watch a video. Because call to action is the only point of a video, and we don't even watch for it. Right. It's no different than the shipping of our sticker with every wheel and tire sale. That's our brand. But yeah, don't overuse any of your techniques ever. I love that you randomly will bring that back, like twice a month. I think I see you guys use that. Yeah, is this a small team discussion or a big team discussion?
Probably small team discussion.
Do it that way then, because A-Man doesn't like meetings.
I was thinking last night. So the thing other companies like most about us is our culture.
Yes.
How do you relate a culture of 23 employees to 280,000 employees?
No, not employees, millennials. That was the trouble when you said that. You know what though? Half those guys that are enjoying watching this would want to choke you fuckers half the time when they're busting their ass and you're playing ping pong and foosball. Because even I have to convince myself that this is the right thing to do every fucking day. Every day I want to kill somebody that's playing foosball.
But they're still all super interested in it.
Oh, fuck yeah, because it looks fucking awesome on paper. And quite honestly, it does create the ultimate atmosphere. But you also have to live in that atmosphere you created. It's about letting people be who they want to be versus spending your whole fucking career trying to turn them into who you want them to be. If a guy doesn't want to work overtime, quit trying to make him fucking work overtime. Put him in a position that doesn't have the overtime. If a guy doesn't want to be paid on performance and he just wants to have the no stress of tell me what's expected and I'll do what's expected, then you have to put him in that position and let him have that. Because if you try to put everybody on performance plans, everybody wants to be paid on performance. It's too fucking stressful. And if you don't want to make more money, you can't pay them on performance. That's how you get your worst salespeople. You put them in performance jobs when they don't want the stress of being paid for that. I'm trying to fix the sound here because we're getting an echo, but do you have questions for us right off the bat? We're not very traditional in the interviewing sense. One of the big reasons, I don't know what you've been following, Mason, if you've been following Dream Job or anything at all. So if you've seen some Dream Job, you basically know what we're up to because that's like spending days with us in just a matter of minutes. I mean, what you see is what you get. There's a little bit more yelling at people than I put on there because obviously I don't want to come off like too much of an asshole, but for the most part, you know, we have high expectations. You've seen us from when we were babies. Now we're doing about 40 million a year. Next stop is 100 million. And our goal is to get that through Fitment Inc., which is our car version of custom offset. So we've got some work to do to brand that. And then we're also allowing a couple of our custom offsets guys to transition to be full-time videographers and editors for Fitment Inc. So what I'm looking for is people to backfill their positions. Sounds good, boss.
Thanks for all that.
Good to meet you finally, Mason.
Thank you.
See you, man. Do you want to go watch his portfolio and just make sure? But it kind of doesn't matter because the one video we saw, the Super Duty, is what Mario brought the first day. And I know he can teach him. He'll listen to him. You can just tell. And he's into it. You can hear that he's just excited about it and he's doing all the right things. This is exciting that we've got people lined up. Starting to think we're really gonna have to hire these 60 people I keep claiming we're gonna hire. Just coming in for the full day interview. Next Tuesday or next Thursday? I don't think it matters, does it? You better start drawing an org chart of who's doing what. Junior, Fuller, Mario, blah, 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 blah. Hot news, matchups, Dream Job, spotlights, lifts and levels, Max, Mario. And then 3 months from now, this is what we're thinking. Bum, 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 bum. Because it's starting to get complicated enough where you better put it on paper. We're gonna be fucking confused with what we're gonna do.
That you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of greatness while others stay awake to achieve it. I do this without no excuses. I just love winning less than I hate losing. I'm proving the rain through my era. So even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive.